Hi, it's Alan here from Reilly Real Estate with Reilly's Real Talk for this Friday, the 5th of May. Hope you've had a great week and been able to stay warm on some of those chilly mornings we've had. And winter is absolutely on its way for the Garden City, no doubt. Heading into this weekend, there are 687 properties for sale across Toowoomba, and of those, around 288 are marked as under contract, leaving just under 400 properties available for sale as we speak now. Of these, there are 95 properties open for inspection tomorrow, so that represents a significant drop from what we would normally see. Last week it was around that 90 odd properties as well, but throughout last year we did usually have around about somewhere between 140 and 160 properties regularly open for inspection each Saturday. So to have the last 2 weeks at under 100 does represent a significant drop in the number of properties open for inspection, and certainly indicates what we're actually seeing across the country right now, which is a low level of properties for sale at the moment. In fact, across the country, listing volumes are down around 20% from what they normally would be, and that's taking into account the increased listings that were around throughout the pandemic. If we're looking across a longer average, it's actually 20% down on what you would normally see, we're also experiencing that here. However, over the first few months, so with those lower listing volumes, what that's translated into, while the buyer demand is good, there has been less sales as well. In fact, there's around about 130 sales of existing or established houses and units each month throughout Toowoomba. And so when you look at that sales rate and take into account the number of properties that are on the market at the moment, we're actually seeing a bit of a shift from an out-and-out seller's market through to a more balanced position. And that doesn't mean that we're seeing a change in prices, definitely not. Prices are remaining very strong, but we are starting to see some properties take a little bit longer to sell. In fact, the days on market from 2022, it was an average of around 12 days that a property would be on the market before it's sold. That has increased already this year to around about 30 days on average, so a significant change there. But again, just showing that we're moving from that where the dial was pointed directly at for the sellers, and just moving back to that more balanced position. In terms of price and the market cycle, Heron Todd White still has Toowoomba for both houses and units as at the peak of the market. So price-wise, things are still very good, and there's still very good opportunities to sell. For people that are out there buying, you will find that there are still good opportunities, and for good quality property you do still have to act quickly, but there may be a little bit more choice coming into the market, especially as we head into the colder months. And we are starting to see that those balanced market traits, if you like, start to come into the marketplace. So what are those traits? Well, what we're seeing is that there is still good demand in the marketplace, maybe not to the peak levels that it was previously, but still good, strong demand, and buyers are still certainly willing and ready to bid and buy when they see a property that suits their needs, that is priced to meet their expectations. What we also see off the back of that is if they find a property that maybe it suits their needs but the price doesn't meet with their expectations, they're happy to move on and keep looking. And the end result for that is properties sitting on the market for a little bit longer. And certainly if you keep an eye on the local real estate market, as we do, you will have noticed that there are some properties that have sat on the market for a little while other similar homes around them have sold. And really that comes down to only one of a few things. It could be something intrinsically with that property. Maybe there's an issue that needs to be addressed with the property itself. It could be a location matter, something like that maybe can't be changed. But also it could be something to do with the price itself. And if buyers are coming and having a look, but they're turning around and going again, well then that's a pretty good indication that if they're not giving you the feedback, that there is something that they would want to see fixed. And certainly if they're not making offers, well then it's more likely that there's something out of whack with the price. And certainly we're starting to see that as we move to that more balanced position right now. However, here at Reilly Real Estate, we've actually seen that properties throughout 2023 that we've brought to the market have had an average time on market of just 23 days, so staying well below the average for the rest of the marketplace. And really what that shows for us is that it's not the promise of a price, walking in and saying, yep, we'll get you up here, don't worry about it, but actually coming in with a process, preparing the property for sale properly, making sure the right marketing plan is there to get the property to the right buyers, and then being able to negotiate the right deal with those buyers, following a process to get you the best result. If you're able to do that, as we have been able to do for a number of our clients already this year, then there absolutely is great opportunities to sell in the current marketplace. So that's Reilly's Real Talk for this week. Thanks so much for tuning in. And just, I guess, to recap quickly, right now, around about 400 properties actively for sale across Toowoomba. Of those, 95 properties open for inspection this coming Saturday, which is less than what we would normally see. But in terms of the market overall, we are starting to see it move back to a more balanced position, which is going to give fairer opportunities for both buyers and sellers across Toowoomba over the next few months. Have a great weekend, and we look forward to coming and speaking with you again next week.